WNYathletics.com would like to thank today's sponsors. Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. Ready to sell your home? Visit howardhanna.com today. Howard Hanna. Home happens here. Western New York Immediate Care, with 4 convenient locations in the Buffalo area: Amherst, Buffalo, Depew, Lancaster, and Orchard Park. Western New York Immediate Care is now offering telemedicine services to provide you care anytime, anywhere. Visit WNY Immediate Care on-site or virtually at WNYimmediatecare.com. Logistics Plus Buffalo is your go-to resource for all your transportation needs. LP moves freight of all shapes and sizes all across the world. Call LP Buffalo today at 716-877-9653 or email buffalo@logisticsplus.com. AdPro Sports. AdPro is the largest team sports dealers and brand merchandise providers in the nation. For a variety of custom merchandise solutions, from apparel to promotional items, visit adprosports.com. Empire Electric. For all your home, business, or office electrical needs, call Empire Electric at 716-634-0330. Free estimates and financing available for all customers. Empire Electric. Call 716-634-0330.
Trying to stay close with Randolph, who's currently undefeated right now, and this is going to be a battle.
Yeah, but the way the players are lining up, looks like we're about to have the national anthem. So, viewers, stay tuned here for CSP's homecoming game against Portville.
Honor America with the playing of our national anthem, performed this afternoon by Panama's own Joe Bailey.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And that was a beautiful job on the national anthem there. And Norm, I know last night we're coming off a rout with Jamestown and Niagara Falls, 54-0 the final score. We're expecting a way closer game here today. And you look at these two teams on paper, and they really are evenly matched.
Oh, yeah, and when you're talking about Randolph being undefeated, coincidentally, CSP's only loss was against Randolph. That was on the road just a couple of weeks ago. And what's ironic is you and I were on call for that game as well. And from what we've seen as the coin toss is about to occur, we have seen a team that has won wants the ball first. But last night, Niagara Falls won the toss against Jamestown. They decided to kick off. So it's becoming rare in high school football from what we're seeing.
The line judge, Tony G.
Yeah, and other than that hiccup they had against Randolph, other than that, the WolfPack have been close to perfect as the season's gone on. Last week coming off a 42-0 shutout against Cat Little Valley. They're putting up around 33 on the scoreboard and only giving up just a hair under 2 touchdowns a game. Same with Portville. They're right at just over 25 points a game, but they only give up right around a touchdown. So it's going to be a close game, defensive battle. Points are going to be hard to come by, and you got to win the turnover battle.
Yeah, indeed. And before we start the game, I do also got the officials as well for this game. Frank Gugino is the referee, Ed Gross the back judge, Pat Shepard the umpire, Tony Giardini the line judge, and the head linesman is Dylan McCubbin. So those are the officials for tonight's game as CSP's won the toss, and they're saying, referee, we want that ball.
It's been a common theme. Normally you see in football, a lot of teams like to defer, get their defense out there first, force some offensive struggles with nerves early on, but they waste no time. They want to receive the kickoff, try to go down here and score, and they played a perfect. The starters last week against Cat Little Valley didn't have a lot of action, but Catnese was solid, only threw 3 passes, but for 59 yards and a touchdown. On the receiving end of both of those was Bryce Hinsdale, along with Trent Burchanowski. 3 carries, 91 yards. You do the math, that's around 30 yards a carry. Not too bad of an average.
That's Madden-like numbers, but again, it was only 3 carries at the same time. But special teams units are about to come out onto the field, and not the first game I'll be seeing Portville. As again, I was on call for one not too long ago against Frewsburg, and their main guy that CSP needs to look out for is Holcomb. He has had a game already where he had 6 rush touchdowns, and they were all in the first half.
And that's sort of the 3-headed monster they have on offense. Quarterback Luke Petruziak. Yeah, we're going to have a hard time saying that one today. He's a dual-threat quarterback. Caden Holcomb, obviously outstanding tailback. And then the main guy he throws to down the field, Xander Kime.
Yeah, and going total leathers, Brian Randolph. I saw him actually warm up, and he was kicking PAT so far. They were going over the gate and near the practice football field, so he has got a cannon for a leg. I do see Hayes is one of the guys deep on the kickoff, and not quite a clean view on who the other person is, but we're about to be underway here at Panama.
Panthers and WolfPack, everyone. Class D battle, trying to stay right at the top, hang around with Randolph, because there's also other teams creeping up, too. Franklinville, Ellicottville's right there in the mix, even Frewsburg. There's roughly around 8 teams in the league, and they all fight week in and week out, and it is a tough road to try and get back to Highmark Stadium.
Well, it turns out there's an issue going on. There's nobody on the chain gang, so that's what's causing a delay. But Franklinville, Ellicottville, speaking of them, they actually are coming off of a win last night. They won 28-6 over Frewsburg.
As we await some kind people to go ahead and volunteer their time, give up their seat in the stands to go man that chain crew.
Looks like there's 2 guys coming, 3.
For your information,
Got a couple. We got our tributes. Looks like we're getting ready to kick this one off here.
it would be appreciated.
But the thing is, everyone's going to stay alive. This isn't the actual Hunger Games. I don't hear that whistle.
And Norm, you were there for that Portville game, though. You saw Caden Holcomb. He's an electric running back. You saw him in the first half put up 6 touchdowns on 12 carries. That means he scored on 1 out of every 2 carries. You do the math, that is impeccable.
Yeah, and for his performance, he was actually one of that week's Connolly Cup Players of the Week. But I'm anticipating this to either be – it's going to be a ground and pound attack for sure. Portville loves to run the ball. At CSP, they've got a talented running game as well as we're underway.
And this is a high kick, great distance, fielded around the 10-yard line, muffed it first. Got some room, still goes and tackled right around the 35-yard line, so solid starting field position for the WolfPack as they look to bring out this high-powered offense, Norm. And we've seen them – they have a plethora of running backs who can carry the rock. They have Gabe Roth, Trent Burchanowski, Austin White. Even Catnese likes to keep it himself every now and then. And then also a solid receiving game, too, with Alex Barmore and Bryce Hinsdale.
Yeah, Hinsdale and Barmore, they're the 1-2, and Hinsdale, he's known to catch those bubble screens and foul his blockers, but when it comes to Barmore, you just throw him a pop fly in the air, and he'll jump up like an acrobat and make the catch. But right now, CSP's in the pistol, and they're going to throw it.
And Katniss looks to his man Hinsdale. It's high but caught. Great adjustment there by Hinsdale on the catch, and he's going to have a first down on the first play of the game, so great way to start this one off. And I'm sure Portville's been watching plenty of film on those screen passes, so CSP is going to have to mix it up in the receiving game a little bit, try and run some different routes, because that can only work so long until teams start to figure it out. But first down from right around midfield, Hinsdale in motion.
Usually when he's in motion, it'll either be a sweep or a possible screen to him. He is in the slot.
And this is a pitch to the outside for Burchanowski. Stiff arms a defender, picks up around 5 on first down.
Solid gain on the play.
And he has been their main guy, but they also mix in, like I said, Gabe Roth and Austin White here and there just to keep them fresh, so that one guy's not getting too many of the carries, and it really works in their favor.
Yeah, week 1, Burchanowski actually had 3 rush touchdowns against Wilson, and Catanese ran for 142 himself.
And Katniss play action, rolls out to his left, sets his feet, and he's going to be dropped for a sack on second down. That brings up 3rd and long.
That was Lucius Young on the sack, and he was in unblocked. So they were not fooled by the play action fake, because sometimes the front 4, they'll tend to over-pursue on the fake handoff, but this time these guys weren't fooled, and it's going to make it a 3rd and long.
And this is a stout Portville defense. Only give up around a touchdown a game. They're coming off a loss last week to Franklinville-Ellicottville. Other than that, they have been lights out over the course of the season. So 3rd and long, Katniss drops back, pressure once again, escapes it. He's going to launch it, and it's caught by Barmore, but it's going to be short. Gets it across midfield. That brings up 4th and intermediate, so early on decision for Coach Harper. What would you do here, Norm?
I'd pin Portville back. You don't want to give the Panthers good field position, and plus your punter's Hinsdale, and he's got a cannon for a leg. But it looks like they're going to go for it here. So they're showing some boldness on 4th down. It's going to be 4th and 7, and it's definitely going to be a pass play as Catanese is in the shotgun.
And he looks to his guys to his left, and but it's high and incomplete. Never really got his footing set there. Lets that one escape over Hinsdale's head. So early turnover on downs, and great start to this game for the Panthers on defense. Now you set your offense up in business.
Yeah, and they don't only have Holcomb as a runner, but Truziak's also got great mobility as well. And again, I'm anticipating this is either going to be ground and pound on both teams, or it could be a defensive slugfest. But we do got a quick score update, though. Lackawanna's ahead over Eden, 14-0 as the second quarter just started.
And Petruziak was actually really their only life force for their offense last week. Holcomb was limited to 25 yards, but Petruziak was able to pick up 57 yards and a score. So we'll see if they can mix the two very well today. 1st and 10, barely in their own territory, and it's a give, and nice gain on first down there by Holcomb. Runs it right up the gut and the teeth of that WolfPack defense.
Yeah, got it past midfield, got it to, looks like it'll be roughly the 47-yard line. There's no hash marks in between, but we're going to let you all know where it is the best we can.
And that's what Randolph had success with. They never really stretched it to the outside well because this WolfPack defense is fast on the edges, but those inside runs right up the A and B gap, they worked well, and that's something Portville can certainly take advantage of over the course of this game.
Yeah, and the way Portville's set up right now offensively, it makes me think a little bit of Randolph. They are in an eye right now with a stack on the left side receiving core.
And this is a give to Xander Kime on 2nd and short. It'll bring up 3rd and a yard.
And I don't see Petruziak at quarterback right now. It's number 12, Drew Langdon. Drew Langdon currently taking the snaps for Portville, number 12.
Yeah, I actually see Petruziak on the sideline over there. So it is Drew Langdon who is getting the start at quarterback today for the Panthers.
Not too sure what it's about. Maybe he had an injury, or it could be a grade issue. There are players that can't play because of bad grades, if that's the case, but we are not sure.
Kime the fullback, Holcomb the setback. He gets the call on 3rd and 1. Great pressure there by the WolfPack defense, but I think forward progress is going to move those chains. It's going to be close. We'll have to see where they spot this. From our view, it looks Looks good to me, but
From the forward progress, I thought he got it.
So they're going to say 4th down.
So 4th and inches.
This is a 4th and inch, and I'm sure they're going to waste no time keeping the offense out there to try and convert this.
And I think the way, I'm surprised Langdon's not going under center on this one, because it is 4th and inches unless they want to get CSP to guess on what they're going to do. But they do got Holcomb still out there, so I'm wondering if it's going to be a draw to him or if they choose to go for a play-action pass.
Well, I like what they're doing here. They spread it out. Maybe they just run it right up the middle. And they do to Holcomb, and he's going to have the first down easily right around the WolfPack 40-yard line. Early 4th down conversion for the Panthers. And I like the aggressiveness early on, though. Kind of in no man's land, no need to punt. And you trust your defense. That shows that they trust their defense, that even if they don't get that, they're confident they can come up with a stop, even though the WolfPack would have had a short field.
Yeah, and I see Holcomb's getting a break for a moment, and Max Dio's now in at back. They also got Xander Keim also at fullback, too, so they're back under center in the eye.
And the give to Dio up the middle, and that is going nowhere on first down. That is stuffed by the defensive line there. There's a plethora of WolfPack defenders getting in there for the stop. Saw Barmore and Lissandro in there.
So I wonder if it's going to be back at the line of scrimmage or possible loss of a yard. But the way it's looking, it's going to be no gain on the carry.
And this is, we always like to do the keys to the game for each team relative to their offense and defense. One of the things for the WolfPack, if they can win the line of scrimmage up front against this run-heavy Portville offense that throws maybe once a quarter, if they can win that line of scrimmage battle, they're going to make them one-dimensional and force them to throw, which they are not used to doing.
There's 2 edge rushers by the WolfPack, and there's also Burchanovsky indicating a blitz, so we may see it.
Langdon hands it off. Play action fake out of the eye. Rolls to his left, nearly intercepted there. Had nowhere to go with that pass.
It was Braden Hayes on the pass deflection, so it's going to make it 3rd down and 10 yards to go, and hats off to CSP. This is going to be a long 3rd down, and this is one where you indeed have to toss a pass because CSP, they're beginning to catch on to the run game a little bit with Holcomb, and they were also able to stop Dio for minimal gain.
And I like the play-action pass, but you got a quarterback who doesn't throw a lot rolling out to his left.
CSP's showing that blitz again. They've got 7 in the box.
Langdon out of the spread formation, looks to the screen. They fake the screen, come back to the other side, but that is incomplete. They tried to look off the defense by throwing one way as Langdon turned around and try and hit the tunnel screen on the other side. That one's incomplete. And now, once again, another early decision here for Coach Josh Brooks.
I think they're going for it, and the pass was intended for Eisenman, and even if Eisenman would have made that catch, 1, even if you're not touched, when you're down where you're at, and 2, it looked like that was going to be a loss of a couple of yards, but it looks like they're punting the ball away. It'll be Randolph booting it, and the deep man back, not a clear view. It looks like it is a Brink.
So Randolph sends this one, gets a clean shot at it, fielded around the 5-yard line. And he's not going to get anywhere after that return. Maybe picks up a couple yards, but great job by special teams for the Panthers to pin CSP back deep.
That was a very nice pump. That had a high spiral, long hang time, and when you have the longer hang time, your gunners are able to get to the returner quicker.
Yeah, beautiful contact there with that kick. So this is a Portville defense that has recovered 7 turnovers on the season, and Norm, they have 35 tackles for loss throughout 4 games.
That's roughly 9 a game.
So that defensive line and those linebackers, they're going to be getting in the mix here early on. We saw in that first drive, Catanese was running for his life on a couple plays.
Well, he is under center right now, and Hinsdale's in motion, so they got to keep an eye on him.
And this is a give to the outside, and he is tripped up immediately.
CSP rushing attempt. Short gain on the play.
And I wonder how long it's going to be before the runs get stopped and they start going through that air game. Saw a nice completion to Hinsdale early on. And this time, 4 wide receivers to the near side. We used to call that quads, and they have this play where they shift them over.
They look like the Dallas Cowboys.
And it turns into doubles and a setback. And Catney's on the keeper. Tries to follow his blockers, but again, not a lot of running room up the middle, so 3rd and long situation here.
If Portville can force a 3 and out inside the 10, 15-yard line, they can be in good possible field position.
And we know he's a mobile quarterback, too. He's got 179 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns on the year, averages about 6 a carry. And they fake the sweep to Hinsdale, screen out to the left, and that's caught by Hayes. And it's going to be close to a first down. Flag on the play.
I wonder if it's going to be a face mask because it was thrown right at that tackle.
Either face mask or a horse collar. We're not sure, but that was Hayes on the receiving end of that.
Face mask.
So they're going to move the sticks here.
Portville, a face mask penalty.
And that'll help the Wolfpack get out of the deep in their own territory, give them some more breathing room here.
First down on the penalty. CSP first down.
And this is going to, like we said, Norm, this is going to be a low-scoring game. It's all about time of possession. Can you pick up first downs on offense? Can you keep the chains moving and really bleed that clock?
Counter to Roth.
And we see them run that misdirection a lot. They'll fake the sweeps. They get Hinsdale and Barmore going in motion to give it to one of their 3 capable running backs up the middle. But Portville not showing any signs of timidness. They know what's coming. They've certainly done their homework and watched their film on the Wolfpack offense.
Portville showing the blitz.
And Catney's fakes the sweep, looks to his man for the screen, and it's caught, but for a negative play. Great pressure there from the Portville defense. That was Luke Haberly making the open field tackle there to bring up 3rd and long.
Oh, he shadowed Barmore step for step. Barmore made the catch. He would have been better off just batting it down, letting it go incomplete, because that lost a good 2-3 yards. Or no, I beg your pardon. It was a loss of about 8 yards. So, yeah, Barmore would have been better off just batting that ball down. Better to have an incompletion than one for a loss of yardage.
So this time Catney's under center, and he rolls out to his left. He's got a man open. He's going to launch this one deep. Looked like there was a and the refs are going to let that one go.
For me, it looked like Brink lost his footing.
There were 2 receivers in the area, actually. It was Lysandro and Braden Hayes in the area, and it looked like Hayes just sort of lost his footing. And I think that was a good no call there.
I agree. And it looked, from my view, it looked like Brink lost his footing on the grass, but Hinsdale's going to be punting the ball, and the deep man for Portville is Aiden DeFazio. And again, Hinsdale, he can boot the ball deep.
And DeFazio standing right around his own 44-yard line, so he feels this one clean. They're going to be in great field position to start off. Hinsdale gets a nice swing at it, though, and DeFazio lets this one roll. Trickles for a few more yards, right around the 31-yard line, what we like to think. So good job by the Wolfpack and Hinsdale flipping the field there.
You'll take any yardage you can. And we're less than 4 minutes left in the first end. We still got a Brooklyn Bagel Factory on the board. It's zeros, but Portville get another chance to draw first blood here today for CSP's homecoming game nonetheless.
It is homecoming here in Panama, New York. Not so chilly Saturday afternoon, perfect football weather. As this Portville offense is coming off a rough go-about last week against Franklinville-Ellicottville, only 125 yards of total offense. They really never found their rhythm. But in their wins that they have had over the course of the season, they have lit up the scoreboard, been outstanding with the ground game. So this is really an identity game for both of these teams. Who are you? Sort of playing not the best competition. Wolfpack coming off wins against Guanapine Valley and Cat Little Valley as a sweep to the outside, and that is dragged down immediately. They tried to get Cole Kessler going on the outside, but nothing doing there.
Yeah, it looked like it was a Sapola on the tackle.
And this is a Wolfpack defense that does not exactly, they don't back up and just give you stuff easy underneath. They will play you right up, press coverage, and those easy pitch and catches and the sweeps outside, they're not going to pick up that many yards without great blocking up front. So it's going to be interesting to see when Portville finally decides to stretch the defense and take some shots deep.
Right now, though, they're in an I formation.
Once again, Langdon under center, and that is botched from the start. Never got a clean handoff to his setback. Tried to get it to Holcomb on the inside dive, but right now, like I said, the Wolfpack defense, the guys in the box, they're winning that battle at the line of scrimmage. The 5 guys up front for the Panthers, they can't get any push going.
It was a 1-yard loss on the run, so it's going to be 3rd down, 11. And, again, this is going to be a throwing down, and I won't be shocked if the Wolfpack do show a blitz here.
Their main guy in the receiving game is Xander Kime. He's got 7 catches for 153 yards, but as a team, they've only completed 16 passes in 4 games. And it is a pass. Langdon looks to his left, and it's caught, but short of the first down, and great open field tackle there by Dylan Michael. Read it beautifully. Great form on the tackle, and 4th down Panthers.
Yeah, DeFazio made the reception, but met a defender there right away, and it's going to be 4th down, so 3 and out.
4th and 5.
Yeah, if I'm Portville, I wouldn't risk trying to go for it here. I'd just boot the ball away, not give CSP any good field position, as it's going to be Brian Randolph set the punt for Portville, and the deep man is Carter Brink.
It's going to be a defensive battle, Norm. Points are going to be hard to come by, and honestly, I think first one to either 17 or 20 wins this game.
Or maybe first to 10.
As this one is high and short, but fielded clean by Hayes, and he makes a move. Oh, he lost the football, and it's recovered by Portville.
Yeah, I saw Holcomb going for the ball.
Recovered by Portville.
And Portville, they get the first big break of the game with that turnover. CSP, it gets coughed up on the grass. Holcomb pounces on that bad boy, and they're going to be in Wolfpack territory with a 1st down.
Excuse me, that was Burchanowski on the receiving end of that punt. Had some blockers, had some room. I see why he tries to get a good return there. Makes a defender miss. You know, position. It's all about ball security, though, and the turnover battle in this one is going to be huge, Norm.
I do agree. Portville's got the first break. Let's see what they can do with it, as they got a trips to the right and one-on-one coverage between Findlay and Hinsdale.
And I wonder if they look to Kime backside. No, they swing it out to the left, and that's dropped on the swing pass. Intended for Aiden DeFazio.
Intended for number 21, Aiden DeFazio. 2nd and 10.
So Portville just trying to work the short game through the air so far. Haven't really tested this Wolfpack defense. But I like the play calling early on, you know, get your quarterback some easy completions, get him some confidence built up. Because once you find a rhythm as a quarterback, then you really have the confidence to throw anywhere and everywhere.
Well, Portville's in the pistol again, and CSP, they're showing the blitz. They've got 7 guys in the box.
Give to Holcomb up the middle. Fouls his blockers for maybe a yard. And he has had a tough go about it so far. Burchanowski in there on the stop.
3rd and 9.
And this is a guy, Caden Holcomb. Norm, you did that game. He had 6 touchdowns in the first half against Frewsburg. He's got 8 on the year for 374 yards. He really is the main guy in this offense.
Yeah, we got less than half a minute left in the first as well, and it's going to be 3rd down and 9 yards to go for Portville, and this has to be a passing down here. They got trips to the left. I'll be trying, though, to go for Findlay. He's got one-on-one. He's averaging nearly 22 yards a catch, and he's got almost half of the team's completions.
So they're going to give it to Holcomb. Looked like Langdon was going to throw that one. He had trips to the left. Instead, they give it to their go-to guy to bring up another 4th down, and that is the end of the first quarter. We have a stalemate here in Panama, New York. 0-0 both sides between the CFP Wolfpack and the Portville Panthers. And I am Colin Wood alongside Norm Rodriguez. We will see you on the other side for the second quarter.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
And welcome back, listeners. We have a stalemate here, 0-0, as the third fourth down so far of this game that is going to be attempted to convert for a first down here. Portville set up with about 4th and 6 from the WolfPack 45-yard line.
They're punting.
And they're actually going to – I think they were going to think about it when the quarter ended. Looked like they were going to keep the offense on the field, but in a game like this, you trust your defense, you pin the WolfPack deep.
Yeah, and Randolph, he had a very nice punt on his first one. Let's see if he can get another one off. But they do got 2 guys out deep, so never mind, no fake.
And once again, this is a great contact on the punt. That's going to bounce inside the 10, inside the 5, and recovered around the 3. So great special teams here early on for the Panthers. Caden Zollinger was the one who fell on top of that.
Oh, from my view, I thought it was Xander Kime.
Or excuse me, yeah, Xander Kime. WolfPack pinned deep inside their 5-yard line. Just looking to get a little breathing room for this offense.
1st and 10 from their own 4-yard line.
Oh, we got a score update as well. Lackawanna game scores now 14-7. Eden just scored a touchdown. The extra point was good.
So Katney's under center, tight formation here, and they pitch it out to Berchanowski. And
that
he
could be a safety.
barely escapes, and he
That's a
doesn't.
safety.
That's a safety early on. The toss to the outside gets bottled up and met immediately in the end zone. So fashion of a safety, make that 2-0 for the Panthers.
Yeah, and from looking at the replay, CSP ran a bunch right formation and tried to pitch over to Berchanowski, but Portville was not fooled. They blew open the gap and tackled him for a loss of yards, but not only that, but in the end zone for a safety, and they're also coming up as well. I don't know if a pitch would have been a good idea. A simple handoff, I think, would have had a better result.
Or even with your mobile quarterback, you know, Katniss is more than capable of keeping that up the middle just to pick up a few yards, so they have more room and they're not so close to their own end zone. But nonetheless, that is 2-0 the score we have right now. Panthers are going to get it back on a punt, not a kickoff. After a safety, we know the kickers, they just sort of have to drop it, let it fly, and see how far they can get it.
Yeah, and with the free kick, you have to kick it where it would be for a touchback.
Which, depending on how this kick goes, is going to be great field position for the Panthers. The WolfPack are going to kick off from their own 20-yard line.
Kime and Kiesler are the 2 deep guys back. They're standing at roughly the 27-yard line. I want to see Hinsdale, though, take the rage out on the ball and just boot it as hard as he can.
And I think the refs are having a discussion here, depending on what happens here, whether it is a kickoff or a punt, preceding the safety.
Usually when it's a safety, it's a free kick where the punter boots the ball.
But we saw Hinsdale set the tee down like he was going to kick it away. So I think they finally have things figured out here.
Bryce Hinsdale kicking from their own 20-yard line for CSP.
And it is going to be a kickoff. So
Wow.
if you're Hinsdale, you want to get the best contact with this kick here as possible. If you can get it to at least the Portville 30-yard line, you give your guys a chance to get down there, stay in their lane, and make a tackle. So the Panthers don't have too good a field position starting out on this drive.
All I know is this game's looking like we're on a baseball diamond.
And great kick there, fielded at the 35-yard line.
That's Kiesler.
And Kiesler across midfield, so in plus territory for Portville to start this drive.
First and 10 Panthers from the CSP.
So this is a chance for Portville to make this a two-possession game, and after a scoreless first quarter, we finally see the deadlock break, albeit it is a safety. Points are points.
And in a game of this fashion, you'll take any points you can get.
So first and 10 for Portville. Looks like it'll be at the 47-yard line.
And once again, they haven't really gotten any of their receivers involved so far, what we expected. He's got Kime and Holcomb to each of his sides, and this is a give to Kime. And a great tackle for loss there. Got to the legs. Looked like that was Trent Burchanowski there making the tackle for a loss.
Tackle for no gain on the play, Trent Burchanowski.
Points are going to come by. Yards are going to be hard to come by, Norm. What is something that both of these teams should do to try and – you think they should take some shots early on, maybe stretch the field, try and get some of those yards in a chunk play?
It wouldn't hurt, or maybe go a little unconventional, bring out the old bag of tricks, run a little gadget play. Well, of course, you don't want to rely too much on them, but something just to keep your opponent guessing.
And so far, Portville doing a good job of mixing up who's getting the call with a rock, but they haven't been able to muster up too many yards on the ground game so far. Langdon in the shotgun. Gets the snap, fakes the pass, play action, caught downfield for a first down. Great route there by Bryce Finley, who makes a deep cut inside, plants the foot, and picks up a first down. And Langdon there showing some poise in the pocket, makes a great throw and strike for a first down.
So with that catch, it's the 8th one of the year for him, and he accounted for pretty much half the receptions, and out of his 8, 3 have gone for scores, so he does make the most of when he does get the ball thrown to him. He is on one-on-one right now against Hinsdale. I'd say try lob one up to him again.
And this is a give to Kime up the middle, and he's just not able to escape the defensive line and the pressure from the linebackers. Burchanowski in there once again, getting some early easy tackles.
Second and 9.
So far, both of these defenses have shown, though, they are the part of the team that you have to beat. It's up to the offenses. How do they adjust? How do they respond to a defense that is making every yard they gain, they have to fight for it. Once again, Langdon gives it up the middle to Holcomb as he keeps the legs moving. Good job there to keep his balance for a positive gain there on second down. Bring up third and medium, make that manageable.
I'd say third down about 5.
So you don't necessarily have to pick up the first down here. They're too close in WolfPack territory to punt, so right now, if you can pick up 3 or 4 yards, set up fourth down, you don't have to get it all in this one play.
I wonder what they're going to do here. Looks like Langdon's going to go under center and go in a simple I formation. Wouldn't hurt maybe to give one to Kime. Kime is a power back.
WolfPack defense needs, and they're going to pitch it out, and that is dropped immediately as Cole Kessler got the pitch to the outside.
Yeah, Domenico, the main guy on the stop for the WolfPack, and it's going to be 4th and 7. That was a loss of 2 yards on that toss sweep, and it looks like they're going to send the punt unit out, so I would presume Randolph is known for Portville, not for any confusion like in the Frewsburg game. Randolph is the last name. So it looks like he's going to – or no, they're going to kick a field goal here.
Oh, wow. So I guess
It's going to be about a 47-yarder.
number 11, Brian Randolph, he must have some range. They're going to try to make this 5-0.
I thought they were going to try a pooch punt, but this is going to be a 47-yard field goal on the left hash.
And this is a lefty that's got to go across his body, too, for this. Low snap, recovered, and that one had no chance from the start.
Yeah, and the tee went about a good 10, 15 yards.
So I like the confidence there, but I'm not sure if that was the correct call on that. You might just be better pinning the Wolfpack defense deep once again. They elect to go for the field goal, so that's a win for CSP. They get the ball in great field position starting. Now it's up to them to respond as they find themselves in a 2-0 deficit.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised because when Randolph came in, I thought they were just going to have him execute a pooch punt, coffin corner style, but they choose to go for the field goal. But just from the snap of the ball, it looked like it was going to either be blocked or just be a knuckleballer.
So far, Wolfpack having a hard time with the yards on the ground. Catanese has launched a few deep so far. They've been on target for the most part, and I can imagine now they're going to have to start really changing up the offense. Once again, Catanese looks to his left for the screen. That's Hinsdale caught, makes a move for a minimal gain on first down there. Portville was ready for that one from the jump.
I'm sure they took a long look at that bubble screen because that's one that CSP loves to run.
And you see the wristband offense, what we see from a lot of teams. So one player doesn't have to constantly trot back and forth to get the play. They look at the wristbands, they got the play called. So Catanese under center, second down. Fake the pitch, counter up the middle, and nothing doing there as the Portville defense was also ready for that. Caden Zollinger was right there from the jump. Third and long.
And what they're going to do, they're doing a trips to the right, one receiver left, and that's Hinsdale one-on-one.
And Catanese looks to throw, pressure, he escapes. He's got plenty of time, launches sort of a lollipop over the middle, dangerous pass across his body. Intended for Hayes, incomplete, 3-and-out CSP. As
broke up the pass.
their offense does look, in a way, out of sync from what we're used to seeing. Normally they are two-dimensional. They set the tone with the ground game, then they kind of air it out once they lull the defense to sleep. But right now, they currently only have 24 yards of total offense.
Timeout Portville.
As we have a timeout, Panthers score still 2-0, and we're going to take a break. We'll see you on the other side.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And welcome back, everyone. Fourth down after the 3-and-out for the Wolfpack from deep in their own territory. Right now, only Catanese is 5 of 8, but only for 20 yards, as Portville has not allowed any yards after catch on those screens and short passes. So Hinsdale's going to boot this one deep. Back around his own 45-yard line is Aiden DeFazio. And Hinsdale gets a clean shot at it, and it is going to be fair caught by DeFazio inside the 45, right around the 44. As we have an injured player on the field right now for the Panthers. Can't quite see who that is, but now we have an injury timeout. We're going to stay here for this.
I'm wondering if it's maybe a case of the cramps. And from what they're looking at, it looks like it is. Usually if it's a calf or part of the leg, it's a cramp.
Could simply be cramps. So last year, these two teams squared off, and Wolfpack got the best of them, 34-8. and Portville certainly looking to get revenge from last year. Panthers return. They are an experienced team. They return 8 starters on offense and 7 on defense. And as we talked about for multiple games now, this is a CSP team that is also experienced. They have championship blood through some of the players, older brothers, and even an older sister that played on those state championship teams in 2018, 2019.
Yeah, we're still waiting for things to resume as, again, there is an injured player for Portville, and right now it's just been a defensive slugfest. Both teams barely able to move the ball. Portville's only got 45 yards of total offense, and from what I see for CSP, they've only got 24, so that rope of tug of war is just still stagnant.
I'm sure the line for this game was probably right around 24.5 points, somewhere in there.
Well, when it comes to high school sports, that's illegal.
Figuratively speaking.
And that's Kiesler.
So Cole Kiesler is helped off by a couple of coaches for Portville. We hope he's okay, as each team sort of gets a free timeout here to discuss things.
So CSP's back out in the field, and Portville about to follow suit.
And it's a great day for football here, Norm. The stands over here on the WolfPack side are packed, and Portville fans, they traveled very well, too, on what is not an easy drive. They filled up those short bleachers over there, and we got some fans along the top of the hill, too. Packed house here for a Class D matchup. Once again, they run this tight I formation with 2 receivers to the left. And Langdon with a fullback dive up the middle to pick up maybe a yard. That's what it's designed to do. Xander Kime there on the inside give. And you think they're going to start sticking with this offense, Norm? Run those tight I formations, have some receivers to spread out the defensive backs, then work those dives and maybe have some option on the outside?
It's hard to tell because when they've run those plays, they either get minimal yardage or they go behind the line of scrimmage.
And this time they really bunch it up. 2 tight ends each side out of the I, no spread out receivers. And Langdon gives it to Holcomb, who was met immediately at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that time they tried the triple I formation with a second fullback, and CSP was ready for it, and it didn't work for Portville. So it's going to be 3rd down and intermediate here for the Portville Panthers, and we may possibly see another 3 and out.
And now you have an obvious passing situation once again. Unless they have confidence in their guys up front to push the WolfPack defense around and get some leverage there at the line of scrimmage. As they audible the play out, Langdon gets everyone set. Trips to the far side. Finley, the lone receiver, to the near side. And Langdon hands it off to Holcomb, and he's going to hurdle a defender. It's going to be close. We'll await the spot, but Caden Holcomb showing the sheer athleticism on that play. Escapes the low tackle.
From the spot, looks like it's going to be short.
The refs are taking a look, and it's going to be an official timeout. They're going to bring the chain gang out for this one. We'll have to wait and see. From our view, it does look like it's short by just a hair. And I would presume that Portville would elect to go for it if it is ruled short. With the way your defense has played so far, allowing minimal yards for the CSP offense, and you're in plus territory. So as they bring the chains out, we'll try and get a good look of what down this is going to be. And
4th.
Just from that is clearly short. 4th and a long yard even.
Looks like it's by about a football and a half.
Yeah. So once again, decision time for Coach Josh Brooks. He's in his 5th year as the man on the sideline commanding the Panthers. And besides last year, they ripped off plenty of winning seasons in a row. Last year they finished, it was either 4-5 or 5-5 from what I can remember looking at the stat sheet, but that may just be because of experience. And now all these guys, a lot of seniors on this team too. A lot of upperclassmen. So 4th and 1, they're going to get the offense out there, waste no time. The play was already called, and the Wolfpack are going to bunch the line of scrimmage. They got 5 guys right there, sneaking up the middle, and the push is going to have them the first down. So one of the oldest plays in the book pays off in dividends for the Panthers.
So I'm sure Portville's hungry for a touchdown. There's less than 4.5 minutes left in the half, and they convert that 4th down. They're in CSP territory, but even deeper. Right now they got trips to the far, one receiver in the near, and that's a one-on-one between Finley and it looks like it is Brink.
And Langdon's going to throw the tunnel screen, and that's caught for a first down as he just crosses the marker. You could tell from the way that was going, though, he was going to pick up that first down there. That was DeFazio once again on the swing pass.
Yeah, the way the pass looked, that looked like it was going to be a real tough one because it was wide. It landed a little low, but DeFazio is able to avoid trapping it with the grass, makes the catch, gets the yards, gets the first, chains move.
And that's a play we've seen ran a few times so far in this game. Portville running those quick screens and easy swing routes. Let their guys get out in space and pick up yards after the catch. This time they spread it out. Trips to the near side, Langdon under center, and this is a give to Holcomb, and that's going to be stopped for a loss. This Wolfpack defense that has 25 tackles for loss on the year and forced 10 turnovers. That's right around 2.5 turnovers per game, so they're no stranger to keeping their opponents at a low-scoring game, but they find themselves still in a 2-0 deficit as that clock continues to wind what could likely be the final possession of the first half with the way it's going. Once again, Langdon swings it out, and it's nearly intercepted. Dangerous throw over the course or over the middle. Gabe Roth had that one right in his hands, read it beautifully.
He reels that in. He's got a couple blockers. He could possibly get that one to the house. But right now, Portville gets the reprieve.
3rd and 11.
Gabe Roth almost found himself with an early reservation for 6. Nonetheless, it brings up 3rd and long for the Panthers. And now you could look for the swing pass to set up a 4th and short, but that one play they ran with that deep slant over the middle for a first down, that play worked well. Right now, the Wolfpack playing right up at the line of scrimmage, taking away anything short. Langdon's going to look that way, throw back to his right. The screen is caught, and it's going to be close to a first down. That was Holcomb who caught that out of the backfield.
Nice gain on the play. 4th and 2.
So it was a gain of 9 yards, 4th and 2, and you bet your bottom dollar they're going for it.
And so far, Langdon's done a good job of looking off that defense. He looks to his bunch of receivers on one side. That draws the defense. That gets their eyes and their bodies flowing one way. And then he goes across and throws the check down on the other side where there's plenty of green grass to run. But 4th and short, Langdon under center. Give to Holcomb, and he's not going to get there. The relentless pressure of the Wolfpack box continues as we have a turnover on downs.
1st and 10 CSP.
That was Travis Owens who was in there to make the stop.
Here in the 2nd quarter.
So now if you're the Wolfpack, you got to get your 2-minute offense rolling. 2:11 on the clock. You still have all 3 timeouts, so you can run on a few plays here, but you got to tell your guys to either try and pick up a first down or get out of bounds as soon as possible.
Showing the blitz.
Katniss is going to hand it off up the middle. And he's got a nice gain for a first down. Waiting to see who that was. It looked like it was, I think that was Burchanowski up the middle.
Yeah, Wolfpack, they're now going in a semi-hurry up.
Right now, Burchanowski the tailback, Roth the fullback, Lysandro in at tight end. And they fake the give. Catnese looks down the field, and that is caught by Hinsdale. Minimal gain, but does a good job of getting to the sideline, getting out of bounds, stopping the clock, and ultimately saving a timeout. So right now on this drive alone, the Wolfpack have more yards than they did leading up to this drive.
So that completion was a gain of 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And again, Portville is showing the blitz. They got 2 edgers. They got 6 in the box right now.
Catnese give up the middle to Burchanowski. He's going to be close to a first down, picks up a yard. So this will bring up 3rd and 1 as Coach Harper is still keeping all 3 timeouts in the back pocket, going to save them for when he absolutely needs them. But right now you still have a whole half of a football field to go if you want to put this one in the end zone.
Yeah,
as Coach Harper is going to elect to call a timeout. He still has 2 in his back pocket.
They would need about, I would say they would need about 30 yards for a reasonable field goal attempt because Hinsdale can boot the ball.
And we know he has a leg. We saw him kick roughly somewhere in the range of 35 to 40 yarder against Randolph. That was clean, and it would have been good from an additional 5 or 10 yards. As they're going to talk this over, and honestly, Norm, 3rd and short, I wouldn't mind him taking a shot here, stretch the defense, maybe find Barmore or Hinsdale down deep, because you still have that insurance down on 4th and short, which you know you can just give to one of your running backs or let Catnese keep it. But I'd like to see him get it all in one chunk play here. We really haven't seen a play so far this game go for more than 15 or 20 yards.
Wow. Well, both teams are about to get back out onto the field. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. So both teams back out, and CSP in the eye.
3rd and 1.
Portville, they are in a 4-3.
So far, been a great battle of the trenches up front. Portville's going to bring the house, and Burchanowski escapes a tackle, runs over a defender, and picks up the first down on what could have been a tackle for loss, bringing up 4th down. Makes a man miss in the backfield. Great run, great patient run there by Burchanowski. Now the Wolfpack going tempo here. Catnese fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left. He's got room to run. He's just going to dump it short for an incomplete pass. Good coverage there on the back end for the Panthers.
Yeah, backtracking to that last down, that was Xander Kime. He had a chance to grab a hold of Burchanowski and tackle for a loss, but he couldn't get enough of the jersey. And from what I know when it comes to practices, sometimes as well as penalties, missed tackles can become laps.
Minute 6 on the clock, 2 timeouts for the Wolfpack. 2nd and 10 from the 45. Catnese drops back, looks to his man, and that's caught, through the hands of Bryce Hinsdale. He had him wide open there on the little outside comeback route. That time Hinsdale, he was just ready to catch and turn there. Sometimes you got to make sure you look in. You got to look that catch in, but that's okay. That stops the clock.
Yeah, and I think what happened was, one, Hinsdale was trying to run before catching the ball, and also I think he heard some footsteps coming as Catnese will throw the bubble screen to Hinsdale, able to make a couple of men miss, makes another guy miss, and gets it to about the 37-yard line.
So Hinsdale going east and west there on 3rd down as we have another timeout, CSP. Give that one left as Coach Harper wants to talk over this 4th down. Just under 48 seconds here, and that's a great response there by Hinsdale after the drop on the previous play. You know, wipe it from the memory, go back, catch an easy screen pass, get upfield, follows his blockers to set up 4th and manageable.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th down and 3, and you can pretty much run any kind of a play you want on with this type of yardage. You can either give it to Burchanovsky or even try a little trickery with Hinsdale. We've seen plays where when he gets set in motion, he'll take the handoff in the jet sweep. But both teams are about to get back out onto the field. 45 seconds left in the half, and 4th down, 3 yards to go for the Wolfpack. They're behind 2-0, but they are getting closer to the range of Hinsdale's foot.
Total yards in this game, Panthers 75, Wolfpack 63, but still driving. Huge 4th down here. And the last part of the second quarter, Katniss rolls out, pressure in his face, tries to get it over to Hinsdale, but it falls just short and out of the reach. There was pressure in his face from the get-go. Caden Zollinger in there, right in the throwing angle and vision of Katniss. So now if you're Portville, Norm, what do you do here? You have 2 timeouts left, about 43 seconds on the clock. Do you try to maybe pick up a positive play or two, or are you content to take this into half knowing you get the ball to start the 3rd quarter?
I'd say go for the points. You got 2 timeouts. You need to use them. They don't go over into the second half. And plus, with every first down, the clock momentarily does stop until the ball is spotted. I would say try to extend your lead.
So we'll see what the Panthers do here on 1st down. Maybe just try to run one play, see if you pick up a 1st down. As they give to Holcomb, and he once again continues to fight and claw just to get past the line of scrimmage. He's having some of the most difficult 2-yard and 3-yard gains of his life in the first half here. That clock continues to wind. Portville seems content to let this one go to halftime. 20 seconds now. We'll wait and see if they run a play. Again, a reminder, Portville receives, or CSP elected to receive the opening half kickoff. And this is likely the final play of the first half here. Langdon hands it up the middle, bottled up short. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that is halftime, folks, and an absolute barn burner. The Panthers are ahead 2-0 over the CSP Wolfpack. Showdown of 2 3-1 teams trying to stay atop of Class D. Colin Wood alongside Norm Rodriguez here. We will see you on the other side for the second half.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home. Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
When you're ready to buy a home, start your search at howardhanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
And welcome back to this broadcast between the Portville Panthers and the CSP WolfPack. This is the Howard Hanna and Western New York Immediate Care halftime show. Jeremy Becker along with not Alex Kolsty, but Norm Rodriguez. And we have a baseball score.
Yeah, we do. 2-0, and it was off a safety, and it was one play after a punt by Brian Randolph that pinned the Wolfpack inside their 5. And what happened, the first play after that punt, CSP ran a bunch right formation inside their own 2. It was a pitch sweep over to Burchanovsky, but the Panthers weren't fooled. They tackled him behind the line into the end zone for a safety. Right now, it looks like we're on a baseball diamond, not a football field.
This definitely looks like a baseball score, Norm, and I said that during the break that I made a joke when texting Frank Wolf that this is a football score, not a baseball game. But, I mean, it's all defense, really. Total yards, 79 for Portville, 63 for CSP. It's really close, Norm.
Oh, yeah, it is, and the yardage of total offense is nearly similar, too. Only 79 for Portville. CSP's got 63. And for Portville so far, CSP, they've done well containing them on the run. 19 rush attempts, 34 yards. That's less than 2 yards a carry, but they're countering that, holding CSP to 27 on 10.
I was about to say, in passing through the air,
Not good.
Cantonese is 7 for 13 for 36 yards. And then Luke Petrowski is 3 for 8 for 45.
He's not actually the quarterback. It's Drew Langdon.
Oh, Drew Langdon.
Yeah, but Truziak has not been in all game.
Langdon, my apologies. Langdon is 3 for 8 for 45 yards. And one turnover, and that was on a punt return that was fumbled near the 46-yard line here at CSP. Panama. We're at the Panama part of CSP.
Yes, we are. We've been in Sherman. We've been in Panama. And the Sherman game was actually kind of – what was funny was we did that on a trailer behind a truck, so we were kind of we were doing it country boy style.
Yeah,
redneck broadcasting.
It was great. No, I loved it.
It was a great view though, but we got a regular press box in here, and I'm anticipating though for the second half being identical to what it was in the first. A defensive slugfest. The ground and pound has not really worked for both teams. And that's why they're throwing it a lot more than they both usually do.
Yeah, CSP starting that uptake towards the end of the first half. I anticipate that they're going to try to get Hensdale a little bit more involved, I got to imagine.
Yes, and so far he's been contained on the bubble screens, and there was also a pass that was intended for him when they were driving near the end of the half but couldn't get a clean hold of it. They were about 20 yards away from getting into his range for a field goal, but they failed in the 4th down conversion, and Portville chose to just run the clock down because they do get the ball to start the second half. Because CSP won the toss, they elected to receive.
Yes, and I have a score update between Lackawanna and Eden. It is still 14-7. Lackawanna just intercepted a deep pass from Eden. Lackawanna has the ball at their own 40-yard line. 4:36 left in the third quarter there.
Wow, and for us, this is the 3rd straight homecoming game we're doing. This is homecoming for Panama High School. We did Jamestown's last night, and Jamestown beat the Niagara Falls Wolverines 54-0. But right now, though, this is a tale of two cities. The highest of scores, the lowest of scores. This one, 2-0 at halftime.
Yeah. And then last night we had a couple of barn burners in Canisius and Lancaster. Lancaster prevailing on top. I believe it was like
24-20.
Yeah, 24-20. It was something close. Jamestown rolling over Niagara Falls last night, 54-0.
Yes, and the Casadega, Maple Grove, Falconer, Golden Cougars, they came up just short against Maryville, 13-7.
And that's still an encouraging sign if you're Falconer, Maple Grove, and Casadega Valley, because you played a very tough Maryville team. and you are able to hang tough and only lose by a possession, that's really good. Yeah, this is their first year in Class B too. So
nothing to be ashamed of by any means, and plus they've got a great record right now, and if they can keep playing how they're playing like they did against Olean in their homecoming game more than a week ago, there's no reason they can't make a deep run into the playoffs.
I am waiting for scores from Orchard Park and Hutch Tech. Actually, that game's going to happen. Yeah, that game's underway. Orchard Park is a really strong team in Class AA. Hutch Tech, we're going to move on from that. Roy Hart, Baker, Lindenville at Cleveland Hill, looking for a score update from there. And Alden at JFK. That's going to be at John F. Kennedy. Couple of League South, 1 AA, and then this Class D. And then CJSCI, which they are taking on St. Mary's at St. Mary's. That's a non-league, non-divisional game.
So there's going to be quite a bit of games going on this afternoon here around the Western New York area.
Yeah, we got plenty of barn burners coming up. But we have an extended halftime because this is the homecoming processions.
Yeah, the homecoming court, and it's always at halftime during any sporting event, whether it's football or even a volleyball game. But personally, when it comes to the homecomings, I never cared about winning the crown or not. I just went to the dances just to have fun.
I mean, our other cameraman, Alex Colsey, had a lot of fun 5 years ago, Norm.
I know, I was at that game.
We were both at that game. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember yelling out, Coasty!
He won the homecoming king for Jamestown. So, but anyways, 2-0 Portville over CSP. I think the first of 10 wins.
That's what I said actually earlier in the broadcast, but it's too early for the Wolfpack to panic. It's only a 2-point deficit. The second half's a new half. You just got to treat it like the score's 0-0.
Yep, and we're going to be right back after a couple of commercial breaks right here on Western New York Athletics. This has been the Howard Hanna and Western Immediate Care Halftime Show.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated, multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Congratulations, Sue, and thank you for the donation of part of that winning back. Thank you, Sue.
Help me on.
You guys ever want a 50-50?
Lost by one. Can we guys want to help Frank?
Really?
Yeah.
By one number?
By one number. And the guy comes in with a single ticket. And he goes, "This is the only ticket I bought." Yeah. And I just hear Frank throw something. 10 pounds. Oh.
That just sounds like culture. Yeah.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
You're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
And welcome back, everyone, to our presentation of Section 6 Class D football, brought to you by Western New York Athletics. Here we have a 2-0 barn burner here. Norm is the score. The lone safety.
Oh, it turns out there was an audio issue, but it was a camera problem. My apologies, but the only scoring of the first half and of the game so far was a safety by Portville, so you can consider that a 2-run home run, but the catch is it's not Aaron Judge or Nick Castellanos.
And the defenses have been playing great. It's not so much of an offensive struggle. I would compare this to sort of SEC football and college football, where the defenses are some of the best. You know, you see a lot of, across college football, you see a lot of high-powered offense in other conferences, but the SEC is the closest thing to the NFL in terms of defense. And we're seeing a reflection of that here today. So far, yards have been hard to come by. 79 total for Portville, 63 total for the WolfPack. And the quarterback's doing all right when they've had time to throw. So far, Langdon 3 of 8 for 45 yards. Catanese 7 of 13, but only 36 yards out of that. That's only just a hair over 5 yards of completion. And
less than 3 per attempt as well.
34 yards on the ground for the Panthers and 27 for the WolfPack. So stats are pretty even. Scores about as close as you can get with it being this low. And we're getting ready for the second half, though, Norm. And Portville will receive the opening kickoff to start third quarter.
Yes, they will. And what you were saying with the 34 yards, here's the catch. It's taken them 19 carries to get to 34. It's roughly 1.8 yards a rush, and it's an estimation. Mr. Technicality.
Rounding to the 10th.
Exactly.
Not the 100th, yeah.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with Catanese numbers passing. 7 of 13 for 36. That's 2.7 an attempt, approximately. And like you said, just over 5 yards of completion. But will the offenses pick up in the second half, or will the defensive slugfest continue? We'll just have to wait and see. Personally, I think it's going to be the latter.
And even though the score is only 2-0 so far, it seems that Portville is sort of in control of this one. They've given up less yards, and the Wolfpack have had a struggle on offense. They've failed to convert some fourth downs, as has Portville. But right now in this game, if they can come out here and run it down the throat and score on this opening drive in the third quarter here, Wolfpack are going to find themselves in a hole. And even though the score wouldn't be that marginal, when you get down 9-0 in a game like this where that clock is going to be moving constantly, you want to keep this as tight as possible.
Oh, for sure. And CSP's defense, they've been containing the Portville offensive attack. They've shut down Holcomb, and they've also contained Kime, and also when he gets carries, D.O. Again, only 34 yards on 19 rush attempts by them, but this is their chance to follow through on what they probably talked about at halftime.
And from what we've seen from Portville, they have elected to go with more of their pocket passer, Drew Langdon, as opposed to Luke Petruziak, who is more of the dual threat guy. He can hurt you with his legs or through the air, but instead it's been strictly Holcomb and also a few other guys getting some carries. Cole Kiesler on the ground along with Xander Kime. They've mixed it up well, but each person with a rock so far, I mean, they're fighting for their life for a 3-yard gain. As we get ready, Hinsdale is going to send this one away high into the left, fielded by Kime. And he's got a few blockers in front, not much doing there, though. He's going to be brought down inside the 35. So a good return, though, just to set up better field position.
I wonder, though, if they are going to at some point put Petruziak into the game to see what they can do offensively. He is in full uniform on the sideline. I'm wondering if they just wanted to change things up for a little bit, or if he was hurt, or maybe with him, if he was ineffective, hypothetically, maybe see what Langdon can do, because it's been all Drew Langdon so far. He was given the start at quarterback for the Panthers, so it's only a 2-0 score, and they are ahead, but both offenses, it's just been trying to jump into the oasis, but in the end, you're just eating a mouthful of sand.
And once again, they're going to bunch it up in this wing T formation. Langdon under center. The linemen get down. He's going to roll out to his right, and that pass is complete to Kime, who picks up the first down easily, and then more, still going. A blocker in front, finally pushed out of bounds inside the Wolfpack, inside the Wolfpack 35.
That'll up Langdon's pass yardage.
So a short pass that goes for a first down and then some. Great job by Kime. Great balance to stay in bounds and run up the sideline there to pick up even more. And now the Panthers offense really in business. That has to be the biggest play of the game so far.
That was a 32-yard pass completion by Langdon over to Kime, and that nearly doubled his pass yard total. That puts him at 78 and gets them over 100 yards of offense. So can this possibly make this an 8-0 game? We'll just have to wait and see.
As they're going to audible that play out. Langdon's going to check his wristband, see what the call is, get under center. And they're going to give up the middle.
Fumble.
And the football's lost, and the Wolfpack have it.
Yep, ball popped out and didn't get a clear view on who recovered it. It hits the turf. Second lost fumble of the game for Portville, and this is a golden opportunity for CSP. So far, their offense has been having to break 2-3 tackles to get a yard. It's almost like trying to sell $1 for 50 cents.
So they give up the big play to open the third quarter, then come over. One of the captains of the defense, Luke Lissandro, it was one of the guys that Coach Harper was talking about. He loves this kid and the way he's the heart and soul of the defense. So if you're the Wolfpack, you got to cash in off that turnover, though. Portville's going to bring a little pressure here. Catney's rolls out, and he finds his short check down as the ball pops free. Looked like he was down, though.
Lysandro made the reception, and he was down before the ball came out, so it's going to be where he was tackled at.
The ground cannot cause a fumble. The Portville coaches are saying that it was an incomplete pass. They think that Lysandro never retained full possession as he was going to the ground.
I thought he had the feet down, then made a football move.
It seems it was ruled a catch on the field, though. And it's going to be incomplete, actually. They say that Lysandro did not have possession.
Wow. From my view of that, I thought he had control, took the steps, and then tried to make a move, then lost the ball. But it's ruled incomplete.
And I know they're upset about that. That was a nice pickup on first down, but arguing with the refs does not do you any good. The only thing you can do is go out there, make up for it on second down, try to pick it back up.
Just like I used to say during the Skunks games when we did them together, the referees have the better view, but we got the best spot in the house.
Hinsdale and Hayes, the split receivers. As this is a give to Burchanowski to the outside. Tries to stiff arm a defender, but once again, just a relentless pursuit on the defense for the Panthers. Xander Kime, and it looked like Max Dio were in there on the tackle. So 3rd and intermediate here for the Wolfpack. Roughly 6 yards to go as they're trying to cash in after that fumble recovery there.
Probably going to be a pass to Hinsdale.
Catney's back to pass, looks that way to Hinsdale, and it's caught right at the first down marker. He's going to be short, though. That's a great open field tackle there in the back end from the Portville defensive back.
Kind of felt like Tony Romo again with that one.
You called that one right, Norm. He had Hinsdale right there in the out route.
Looks like it's going to be 4th down and a yard.
But this is not the secondary they're used to facing so far, where they can throw all over. Those catches are going to be brought down immediately. So Catney's under center, 4th and 1. Give to Burchanowski, met immediately. Turnover on downs in favor of the Panthers. Once again, Xander Kime, one of the guys that we talked about on defense too. He has had a fantastic year. In last game against Franklinville-Ellicottville, he had 8 tackles, an interception, and a fumble recovery. He kind of does it all for the Panther defense.
And right now it's just like a teeter-totter. Everybody getting a turn to take a seat and take a ride on it. And we've either seen 3 and out or 4 and out. And Portville, they got the ball at CSP territory, and I like the aggressiveness to go for it, but by failing, you're giving the Panthers really good field position, but the Panther defense has gotten it, or the Wolfpack, excuse me, their defense has gotten it done.
And we've seen those outside runs, the tosses they run to the outside. That's how we're at 2-0 right now. They tried to pitch it to Burchanowski on the edge. He got tackled in the end zone that time there, unsuccessful as well. Nonetheless, give to Holcomb up to center. Has a nice gain there on first down up the gut.
Owens, though, he almost got the Langdon before he was able to get the handoff executed. But it's going to be 2nd down and roughly medium, and Holcomb's been busy. It was a 3-yard gain, so hats off to CSP. They're holding the Panthers less than 2 yards a rush.
And with the way that the Portville offense has, barring the turnovers, if they're able to pick up a first down, they really milk that clock because they just inch by inch up the field. So once again, the fullback dive up to Kime, and that's going to be close to a first down, set up 3rd and short.
Looks like it'll be 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3, I think you're right about that, Norm, as so far in the second half, the Portville offensive line winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. And you got to wonder, Norm, if it really starts to take a toll on your players, you know, with just run after run, gashing at the defense. They've been good, but that's going to wear a defense down as the game progresses.
Yeah, both teams, though, they've had trouble with this third and short situations. It's either a run play that gets stopped at the line or for a loss, or it causes a fumble. It wouldn't hurt to try a play action fake here to try to get a pass off.
And they're going to give it to Keim up the gut on the dive. Very, very close to a first down. And based on where the refs are standing, I think he's going to have it. And he will for a Portville first down.
Wow.
So the chain crew finally getting some work to do here in this game, as so far really the only work they've done is just flip the field after a punt. Scoreboard reads 7:35 here in the third quarter. Still plenty of time for the Wolfpack, but you really got to get a stop here and find a way to get that offense going. So Langdon under center gives to Holcomb, and a convoy of Wolfpack defenders there to meet him like a brick wall. Saw Drake DiDomenico in there.
Looked like it was a loss of yardage, if not just back to the line of scrimmage.
They're going to rule it a gain of 1, make it 2nd and 9. As you see the Portville offense, they are in no rush. They look to the sideline, get their play call. They're really milking this play clock too. Time of possession certainly has to be in their favor.
Yeah, I don't blame them at all. You're up 2-0. You want to extend your lead to 2 possessions. Why not burn as much clock as you can?
And this time a give to the outside. Holcomb's got some room to run, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 20-yard line. Nice pickup on second down. And even though that was roughly a couple-yard gain, that was one of his nice – that's the most room he's had to run all game.
Yeah, the holes have been plugged up all game long, and the clock's still ticking. We're about to hit the halfway mark of the third, and from what I'm seeing, it's going to be third down and a roughly 5 yards to go, as it looks like they're about to either set up in a pistol formation or Langdon under center in a power eye.
That Wolfpack defense, though, they're not a team you want to try and go east and west with. If anything, Portville's just got to attack them north and south in the run and pass game. Langdon under center, fakes the give. He's going to throw the out route too far, too wide for his intended target, Aiden DeFazio. So that'll bring up 4th down. He had him open. That time the pass just gets away from him. And I can't imagine they're going to attempt another field goal after the result of the first one.
Looks like they are, because for Portville, Obergfell is the holder.
I think they are. So this one closer than the previous field goal attempt that we saw from Brian Randolph.
Looks like it'll be about 39 yards.
And it wasn't really the kick. It was just a low hold. I don't think that Obergfell really got a clean hold on it.
We may see a fake too. Obergfell is the backup quarterback.
So Randolph's going to send this one high.
Whoa!
Gets a good contact, but it is wide left and no good.
Wow, though, Randolph with that rocket for a leg, but it hit off the upright. Wow. From my view, it looked like it hit it and went off, but I wonder if he's going to get some letters, though, for his boot, because if there's a scout out here seeing how high he kicked that ball, that was mind-blowing.
And that is a hard kick for a lefty, too. You know, you kind of got to hit it like a golf swing. It's got to come across your body. That time he just pushed it left and never really had any angling on it. Pushed it wide left. So the Wolfpack take over. First down, Burchanowski is going to be stopped for a minimal gain. As he has been the man who has gotten most of the carries so far. We haven't seen a lot of action from Gabe Roth and Austin White. And honestly, Norm, I'd like to see them work some of their receivers in the run game at this point, either Hinsdale or Barmore on the sweeps outside, because right now everything up the middle, it's not working out too well.
Yeah, it's getting plugged up, but they've got a deep trips going on the right side. Let's see if it's going to be a screen pass.
So they fake the screen. They got a man open, and that's caught downfield. Braden Hayes escaped past the secondary, was wide open. And Katniss connects with his man for a huge play. By far the biggest play of the game for the WolfPack. And beautiful execution and play design. They fake the screen to Hinsdale. Braden Hayes sneaks deep, and they caught the Portville defense sleeping on the back end there. Huge momentum boost for the WolfPack. Inside Panther territory now, right around the 46-yard line. So 1st and 10, Katniss under center.
Hinsdale motion, he might get the ball here.
And they're going to throw it to Hinsdale. Caught on the out route, escapes a tackle close to the first down marker, and he's going to have it easily. Brought down at the 35-yard line. The go-to guy for Katniss all year. They really have a special connection, those two.
Oh, and we also got something going on for Orchard Park. Dylan Evans, he broke the school record for most touchdown catches. He got number 29 earlier today, so congratulations to him.
So now the WolfPack trying to build on this momentum they've got here after the missed field goal and the huge pass play.
Hinsdale's in that slot. Oh, they're going to keep it.
Katniss is going to keep it. Tries to bounce it outside to the near side, but the Portville defense was ready for him. And now the WolfPack, they want to control the tempo. They want to milk a little bit of clock, hoping they cash in here after the missed field goal. And really now it's not necessarily 4-down territory from here. We know Hinsdale has a leg, but I'm sure Coach Harper would love a touchdown. Katniss back to pass, out of the reach for Burchanowski, coming across to the sideline.
It's 3rd down and 9, and I would say they need about 12, 13 yards for a reasonable attempt by Hinsdale. Because you just need 3.
Katniss now 11 of 18 on the afternoon for 86 yards, and he's right around his typical completion percentage in the middle 60s over the course of the year. He's got great accuracy, and a lot of that comes with the play designs they have too. But we saw him hit Braden Hayes in stride there. But now he's got one of the biggest downs of the game so far to this point. So Katniss is going to look across the middle, high, intended for Hinsdale. Hayes almost had an opportunity to corral that one. So now 4th down, and this would be an extremely long field goal, so I think they got to go for it here, Norm.
Yeah, you do, because where the spot of the ball is, you'd be looking at a 52-yard field goal, and for high school ball, it's not an easy kick, but you do got Hinsdale on the far side one-on-one, and on the opposite end, it looks like it is Hayes.
So Katniss is going to look that way to his left, pressure in his face, and he cannot escape it. Xander Kime, the man, the myth, the legend. He is everywhere on this defense for the Panthers. Sacks, tackles for losses, and that time just brought down Katniss with some ease, as Tate was not able to escape that time. Turnover on downs. Once again, Panthers set up shop around their own 45-yard line.
I would assume that was an inadvertent rhyme by you, Colin, but hey, sometimes the way you and I do them, I'm sure Dr. Seuss couldn't write them even better.
That was very paying homage to one of the best authors of all time, you know.
All I know is we're not the Lorax king of the trees, but here's Portville with the ball. Let's see if they extend their lead.
Just over 3 minutes here in the third quarter. Score still 2-0. That lone safety is the only reason we are not at a 0-0 stalemate.
Way it's looking, I'm surprised these guys aren't wearing leather helmets.
Portville's going to bunch it up. They get a reverse. They give it to Kime, and then they reverse it over to Kiesler. But that was read beautifully by the WolfPack defense. Not fooled there, stayed disciplined, shot the gaps well for a tackle for loss.
And that's a good start for the WolfPack defense. They're showing that they can keep up with the Panther D, and they don't give up that safety. We could possibly have seen a 0-0 game going into the final frame.
And I'm not sure you have to get too cute here with the play calling. You have the lead. You have the ball. The third quarter is winding down here. And that reverse, trying to go, like I said, trying to go east and west on this defense is not going to work out. 5 guys up front, got to get a push and get north and south. But we have a timeout on the field by Portville. They will have 2 remaining in the second half. We're going to take a break here. 2:24 on the clock, still 2-0. We'll be right back for Western New York Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work with a strong...
And welcome back, everyone. 2nd and long for Portville here after the reverse was bottled up for a loss. And this time I think Portville's just going to stick to the bread and butter. And they do. Play action fake to Holcomb. Got a man down deep, and that's caught by Kime. Gets past the secondary for a huge pass. Langdon threw a rainbow right in the bread basket.
That's a second long catch of the game for Xander Kime. And from the spot, 37-yard pass play. So 69 receiving yards in the third quarter alone for Xander Kime, and he more than quadrupled his jersey number.
He is the go-to receiver on the year for the Panthers, and no matter who it is at quarterback, Petrusiak or Langdon. That time, not a whole lot of trickeration going on there. Kime just runs a streak down right along the numbers, and Langdon puts it right on the money. So great execution and a huge momentum boost. Now Portville really in control of this game. Under center, give to Holcomb. Tries to bounce it outside after he is brought down by, it seemed like it was John Watson.
John Watson on the tackle. 2nd and 6.
The Wolfpack have played great in terms of the run game. They haven't given up big plays, but it's those couple pass plays so far that they haven't been ready for on the back end.
Yeah, 2nd down, 6 to the 11-yard line, and they're getting even closer to getting the first touchdown of the game for either team. And the way it's been looking for both sides, if Portville can get a touchdown here, this could possibly be the deal breaker.
This is the first red zone trip for either team so far. Portville inside the Wolfpack 20. This time a give to Kime, bounce to the outside. He's got some room, breaks a tackle, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Panthers. Make it 8-0, under a minute to go in the third quarter. Beautiful execution on that drive, mixing up the run and the pass. And now the Wolfpack really got to get something figured out here.
Yeah, and the main guy for that drive was Xander Kime, a 45-yard reception. And then after a handoff to Holcomb, Kime finishes off with an 11-yard touchdown. It takes just 3 plays to drive to 60 yards, and it's going to be Randolph kicking the PAT for Portville. And if this is one he has to make, because if he were to miss, CSP could get a touchdown, go for 2, and tie it. So this extra point is very important.
This is a huge kick here, like you said, Norm. This is the deciding factor for a 1 or 2 possession game. As Randolph's going to send this one through. From our view, it looks like it's good.
It went through.
And it is. So we have a 2-possession game now. 9-0 here. 46 seconds on the clock. And Norm, what is your response from the Wolfpack here? There's still plenty of time. There's still a whole quarter and some change to go. But what do you think they need to do to really kickstart this offense that needs it right now?
What you need to do, I say go back to your basics. Go back to attempting those bubble screens with Hinsdale. And they're also a team that loves to throw some of the bag of tricks in every now and again. So maybe throw one in there. It's worth a shot. And And plus, you got Barmore, who does well with those acrobatic catches. If you've got him on one-on-one coverage, send him out on a fly pattern and just throw it as high as you can.
So now Portville with 184 yards of total offense, and these two drives alone from both teams, we're finally seeing the offenses got a little juice going. It's all about who comes up empty-handed and who's able to cash in, and right now that is Portville. So Randolph's going to send this away, and maybe the Wolfpack could use a huge special teams play, set up a short field for an offense that really needs it right now.
It could be tricky, though, because, again, Randolph, he's got a rocket for a leg, but the two deep men are Brink and Hayes, and they're both dangerous returners.
And Randolph's going to send this one high and to the left, and that is fielded by Brink, it looks like.
It's Hayes.
Or, excuse me, Hayes. And he's got some room to the outside. Still on his feet. Stiff arms a defender. Finally brought out of bounds right around the 43-yard line. So that's a great play on special teams to get the offense a short field here.
Yeah, they're near midfield, and this is a chance for them to cut down the deficit. It's 9-0, 38 seconds left in the third, and CSP, they need to come up with some kind of plays to get them good chunks of yards, because right now they've been held to very minimal with the exception of a couple of medium-sized completions.
So Catney's out of the shotgun as they run this play where they have 4 receivers to one side, but then they typically motion. And they're going to snap it out of this. And Catney's drops the snap, and it looks like Portville came up with it.
Yes, it was. Portville on the recovery, Kyron Johnson. And on the replay, it was a drop snap by Catanese, and he couldn't get a hold of it. And the ball's going to be spotted at CSP's 40-yard line, and Portville with another opportunity here, and with a 9-0 lead, they can run down the rest of the Colin is they can burn some clock in the fourth quarter as well.
Absolutely, on the Wolfpack 40-yard line, and it just looked like Catanese was trying to, you saw he was looking over at the screen pass before he actually got a hold of the snap. That time he was just trying to do things too quick. It's a routine play, but even mistakes can happen on routine plays. As we have a timeout on the field, Portville's going to take a timeout here, as they only have 1 left remaining in the second half.
Even so, the good news is they do have that 9-0 lead. But, Colin, we're going to take a quick break. Stick around for more action right here on WNY Athletics.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And welcome back, listeners. We have a 9-0 game now. Portville showing some offensive fireworks here in the second half. And even the Wolfpack have, too. They've gotten down the field into plus territory. 101 yards of total offense right now. Still nothing to show for on the scoreboard, as their defense needs to come up with a huge stop here. Probably one of the biggest stops of the season so far to try and keep this at 9-0.
Right now, though, triple I formation.
So Portville bunches it up once again. The pitch to Kime on the outside, and he's being chased down by Burchanowski and met by Hinsdale, who makes a great tackle for loss. Burchanowski with the initial pressure, and Hinsdale in there to clean up the act. What is likely going to be the final play of the third quarter. And the good news is for Wolfpack, if they can keep this 9-0, if you go down, you get a touchdown. Whether you miss or make the 2-point conversion, all you would need is a field goal to either tie or take the lead. So they don't necessarily need 2 touchdowns, but they got to get at least one. They got to get it soon, because that is the end of the third quarter. Your score, 9-0 Portville. And we're going to take a break for this intermediate recession, but we will see you on the other side for the beginning of the fourth quarter right here on Western New York Athletics.
I love
exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective pediatric care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Yeah, we're about to start the fourth quarter with Portville up 9-0 over the CSP WolfPack. They recovered a mishandled snap near the end of the third, and they're about to start their drive and continue it. They're in a triple I formation as they look to burn some clock and possibly make this a 3-possession game.
And Langdon's going to hand this off to Kime up the gut, but he is met immediately and dropped by number 54, John Watson. He has been a menace on that defensive line. And Norm, so far the theme of this game has been defense and turnovers.
Oh, yes, and the turnovers, it's mainly benefited Portville because they've had the lead throughout the majority of the game with the exception of the 0-0 score that was tied at the end of the first quarter. But right now, it's 3rd down and 13, and if they want to keep burning some clock, the main goal is to at least get half of what you need for a first down to make it 4th and manageable.
So Langdon under center. He's got 2 receivers to his near side, Ben Eisenman and Aiden DeFazio. He's going to roll to his left, looking in one-on-one coverage, out of the reach and incomplete for Caden Zollinger. So 4th and long here, and I can imagine they're not going to risk going for this and not converting it. I would assume they're going to punt and try and pin the Wolfpack offense deep.
It looks like he is coming out onto the field, and this is the right decision. You don't want to give the Wolfpack excellent field. You want to pin them back as far as you can. This is going to be a simple pooch kick by Randolph. For Portville.
And when I spoke with Coach Ty Harper this week, he said that I asked him if he believes that defense wins championships, and he says he does, although he is an offensive-minded guy. Right now, his defense is keeping them in the game. He's got to figure out something on offense. So Randolph sends this one short, and it's going to drop around the 25-yard line, takes a Wolfpack bounce. So the field doesn't flip too much. And right now, under 11 minutes, you can still run your full offense. You don't have to panic. You do want to have a little sense of urgency, though. There's no need to milk the entire play clock, but just make sure that everyone has their composure, everyone knows the play, and all 11 guys are on the same page. That way, if they do that, they can really give themselves a fighting chance to get within potentially 3 points or 1 point here, depending on a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Well, they could also kick the PAT as well and make it 9-7. And from the spot of the ball, that was just a 17-yard punt by Randolph.
So Catney's in the shotgun. Hinsdale goes in motion. 2 backs. They're going to fake the jet sweep, pitch it out to, looks like that's Roth.
Yes, it is.
So Catney's plenty of completions. He's gotten a lot of different guys involved in the pass game. 12 of 20 now, but only for 88 yards. So you do the math, that's just a little over 7 yards of completion. And right now, they got to start thinking about taking some shots. The short game has worked well, but it's going to milk a lot of clock right now. You have deep threats, Bryce Hinsdale and Alex Barmore. Catney's fixed the handoff, and he's got
Lysandro.
Looks like that was Lysandro, the tight end, coming across the middle. Makes a great hands play to come up with that one. See a lot of receivers now in today's age wear gloves. He goes barehanded for it, corrals that one in for a Wolfpack first down.
They got Hinsdale on a one-on-one against Ben Eisenman, so maybe try to go deep for him, or it could possibly be a bubble screen if he gets set in motion.
And you see the safeties right now in the box for the Panthers. As Katniss,
Oh,
he's got a man
open.
downfield, and it's caught. It's hauled in. Braden Hayes once again. The deep catch. They run the scissors route. Braden Hayes started out at the slot, and they find him on the wheel route. Katniss once again connects on the money.
47-yard gain on the pass completion, and they are deep in Portville territory. This is an opportunity for them to cut this down even closer.
So WolfPack in business now. Katniss gets the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right, and it's caught by Hinsdale. Another nice gain on first down. That has been their bread and butter so far between Katniss and Hinsdale. That short but intermediate out route that picks up at least 7-8 yards of play.
Gain of 7.
So now the Portville defense on their heels, sort of, for the first time in today's game. It's going to be a give to Burchanowski up the middle as he makes a couple guys miss, refuses to go down. Easily will have the first down. DeFazio was there on the stop. WolfPack just outside the 10-yard line of Portville. And this drive here to start the fourth quarter could not have gone any better. Not wasting any time. Katniss rolls out. He's got room to run. He's going to keep it. He's got a blocker close to the pylon. He's going to be short, though.
There's a flag.
And it looks like that could potentially be a late hit as well.
Well, the way the flag where it's at, it's in the vicinity of a holding. And again, sometimes it won't necessarily be a 10-yard penalty. That would be at the spot of the foul, then the yards get added on.
And you hate to see penalties like that get called because I didn't see a hold on the near side where he was running. And me personally, I know we can't say too much about it, but if there's a hold on the back end that has nothing to do with the play or isn't going to make an impact, you really should just let that one go. But it's going to back up the WolfPack for first in California here. And they got to go a long way now just to pick up the first down. They got to get inside the 5, right around the 2 or 3 yard line. But Katniss is under pressure, and he is dropped for a sack lunch, number 55.
Hayden Emily.
Hayden Emily there with the sack.
Number 55, Hayden Emily. Big loss on the play.
Yeah, so that penalty was in total 15 yards, and now tack on the sack.
Katniss has been under duress. That has been a theme of this game. And normally he's a very mobile quarterback and can escape from it. Right now, he's getting caught looking at his receivers, and he's got to do a better job of escaping and just not losing another 5-10 yards. But he escapes this time, makes a couple guys miss, still going, finally brought down from behind.
There was a flag, and Katniss was hit helmet to helmet as he went down.
And that's going to be a personal foul. There's not targeting in high school, is there?
No.
No, but it's just a personal foul and unnecessary roughness, so.
Yeah, I did see him get hit in the helmet, but Portville's also saying this could be on CSP. Illegal block in the back on the
wow.
WolfPack. That caught me off guard because I did see Katniss take a hit to the head.
If anything, at least offsetting penalties. And now we got to do some math here, Norm, to figure out.
Looks like it's going to be a 4-yard gain.
So this is third down
21
from the 30-yard line. So they have to get about roughly 26, 25 yards here on this third down play. But you want to, or excuse me, second down. But you want to just try and get some of it back. Katniss looks to his one-on-one coverage man, Barmore, back shoulder throw out of the reach. Had him open on the back shoulder throw. The timing was not there.
So for CSP, it's third down and a country mile. They need to get at least 10 to 12 yards to make it fourth and manageable.
And honestly, I know that Coach Harper doesn't want to hear this right now, but even if they pick up some yards here, a field goal attempt, you got to make this a one-possession game regardless on this drive. You'd like to get a touchdown, but getting points to get yourself back in this game. Catneys once again looks Barmore's way. They try the same play again, but same play, same result. So 4th and long, and now at this point you kind of just take a shot to the end zone because the first down marker is inside the 5. You can pick up a first down without scoring, but at this rate, you kind of just tell your receivers to get downfield. This is likely to be sort of a backyard football play here.
And they're in man up 3 deep. Portville is in. I'm throwing it for the end zone.
Catney's going to look the way of, and there's no miscommunication with the receivers. He's trying to throw it to the end zone, but I'm not sure if the rest of the receiving corps realized it was 4th down. They were well short of what would have been the line to gain. So a great drive, finally gets some offense going, but it results in zip, zilch, nada. And now Portville is really in control of this Class D matchup here.
So if I'm Portville, the number one goal, just run that clock down. You don't necessarily need to score again, yet there's 7.5 minutes left in regulation. If they can burn at least half of that clock, I think they'll be golden.
WolfPack have all 3 timeouts. At some point, you got to start thinking about using them. You got to tell your guys to strip the ball, maybe force a turnover and come up with it. But nonetheless, Holcomb shuttles forward and dives for a nice gain on first down.
Nice gain on the play. 2nd and 4.
As Holcomb on the day, not the performance we're used to him seeing, but a great bounce-back performance from last week after only gaining 25 yards. And so far tonight, he's improved against a great defense, though, a Wolfpack defense. Yards have been hard to come by, but he's also made the Wolfpack defense work on their end as well.
And it's also a good learning experience because you never know if these 2 teams will play each other in the playoffs.
So Langdon's going to give it to Kime up the gut as he bounces off Burchanowski for a first down.
Appears to be enough for another Panther first down.
This is what I think they're going to do, ground and pound.
I can't imagine that last pass completion we saw from Drew Langdon to Kime. That will likely be the last pass of the game we see for Portville. As we have we don't have access to a play clock on the field, so we are unaware of how much time can roll off, but we are just over 6 minutes here in the 4th, and the Wolfpack either need to start using the timeouts or force a turnover one way. Send all your guys in on the tackle, you gang tackle, someone strips at the ball to try and come up with a loose one. But they give it to Holcomb once again, met immediately by a stonewall of defenders.
And Coach Harper's calling a timeout for CSP.
Timeout, CSP.
So good use of a timeout there for Coach Harper. We're going to stay here for that just so he can talk things over with his guys. And Norm, what is one thing about Portville that has impressed you the most so far in this game?
I got to say adapting to the passing game because the first game I called for Portville when it was against Frewsburg, there was roughly a third of the amount of attempts that were thrown. There was only roughly 3-4. But the passing game got it done today for the Panthers. That 45-yard completion to Kime helped set up his touchdown run. That and the safety have been the 2 common denominators. If those did not occur, we probably have a 0-0 ball game right now. And when it comes to any sport, you got to learn how to adapt, how to overcome, and how to improvise.
And prior to this game, because Luke Petruziak, who is more of the dual threat quarterback, we haven't seen him today for Portville. Before this game, he had 13 of their 16 completions. Langdon only had 2 completions on the season coming into this game, but he's thrown some deep strikes that have led to yards after the catch for Portville and really got an offense going that was struggling with the run game. So second down, Langdon under center. He's going to give to Kime up the gut. Great pressure there and great pursuit and good job of filling the gaps there. Harper's going to use another timeout after second down. That puts the Wolfpack with one left.
Well, there's still 5:45 left in the ball game, and still 9 points is not insurmountable. If they can force a fourth down, get the ball back. Before the penalties killed their last drive, Catanese was getting some good throws off, but 2 penalties and a sack, that hurt their chances of getting some points on the board.
And they got to find a way here to get a stop on third down because one timeout left in the back pocket. And if Portville finds a way to pick this up, they can really grind away that clock. And this one is already on thin ice as is. But if the Wolfpack get a stop, you might even think about sending the house on the punt if that's what Portville elects to do. So the Wolfpack are down right now, but far from being out of this one, as this game has huge implications for Class D. Both teams sitting at 3-1. Wolfpack have only played league games and will only play league games for the season. Portville is 3-1 overall, 2-1 in Class D.
Well, CSP does have a non-league game to close out their season against St. Mary's.
So this time, third and long here. We could see a pass potentially from Langdon.
Yeah, Finley's one-on-one.
As the hard count, defensive lineman jumped, but no flag was thrown as they were able to get back. They didn't make contact with the lineman, so it was legal. So the hard count pays off. They're going to pitch it out, and it's nearly broken up and intercepted as looked like that was Dylan Michael who went for the huge tackle, but if he was patient, he could have had an interception there. But great stop there on fourth down. And now I can imagine they're going to be kicking this one away. So Carter Brink, the shifty return man, is back deep to receive the punt from Bryant Randolph, who's got a cannon for a leg.
Yeah, his last punt, he was a bit rushed on it, but this time he has more space and more of an opportunity to boot this, and they're going to have a tight block set up here for Randolph.
So Wolfpack going to bring a little pressure on the punt. Randolph loses his footing, able to get it off clean. Oh, and it nearly hits Hinsdale as he's running down the field. That was close there, but he is fortunate as the Wolfpack will retain possession. One timeout remaining, just over 5.5 to go in the fourth here. Norm, first play of the drive here, 1st and 10 from right around your own, we'll say 28-yard line, 27-yard line. What are you calling here?
Well, it says on the board spot at the 26, so that's roughly a 30-yard punt, but I would say either try a sweep with Burchanovsky, send him in motion, or try to get it to one of your 2 top receivers. And you and I both know who they are. They're Barmore and Hinsdale. Even if it's just that simple screen as Hinsdale set in motion.
As Catanese is going to look his way, finds Hinsdale on the out route, cuts it back in, makes a nice move, stretches and reaches for the first down marker. Going to be close, but great play to turn back up field there and pick up a few yards after the reception.
The way he was stretching, though, I think he was also trying to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
As the official signals to stop the clock, which I would assume they would have need to reset the clock because if he got out of bounds, there was no reason for it to continue to run. Nonetheless, Burchanowski trying to get the edge, cuts it back in, makes a couple guys miss. He's got the first down and more, still on his feet. He's still going. He's got one man to beat. Cuts it back inside, wow. Finally brought down inside the 30.
My God, my golly, that was what a run by Burchanovsky, staying patient with his blockers and running around like a pinball in the pinball machine. Or if you want to run like the maze runner, that was a lot of yardage covered. He got it to the 36-yard line.
Burchanowski refused to go down on that play, so Catanese looks over to the outside, finds Roth on the pass, and that is caught for another first down. So Coach Harper hoping it isn't too little too late because his offense has finally found a rhythm and a pulse here late in this game.
Yeah, and that clock's ticking, 4:20 left and counting in regulation, and CSP, they need to hit that urgency button a little bit because they do have one timeout left.
And they're still going to need to kick an onside attempt here. Miscommunication there in the Portville defense, it looked like. And Roth up the middle. The ball popped out, but he clearly was down.
Down by contact. CSP retains possession.
So lucky for Roth there, the ground caused the fumble. As it is okay. That clock continues to wind, though.
It does momentarily stop inside a certain amount of time when they get a first down, and I do see Hinsdale out on the slot and Barmore's one-on-one, so two possible receivers.
Catanese is going to look that way. He's got pressure coming behind him, and he's dropped for a loss. Another sack. Number 3, Luke Haberly gets the statistic in his name. He was looking for Hinsdale and Barmore running the slant arrow route, trying to cross patterns there in the end zone, but the backside pressure proved to be too much, and Catanese gets dropped for, again, another sack.
Catanese has taken quite a few sacks. The Portville defense, they're wanting those lunches.
Fake the handoff. Catanese looks back to his left, dancing around the pocket. Pressure again, low, and it looks like it's complete. And that was caught by Braden Hayes.
They got to hurry it up, though, because that clock is running. It's third down. Third and goal at the 6.
So you got 2 plays to get in the end zone here, and you want to do it quick, still needing a recovered onside kick to get one more chance here on offense.
They do got 2 wides.
Catanese under center, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left. He could keep it. He throws instead. Broken up. Incomplete 4th and goal. Aiden DeFazio was right in the back pocket of Hinsdale the whole way.
Honestly, I thought Catanese would have been better off trying to scramble. He did have some yards to go. He had about 4 or 5 yards that he could have gotten to shorten this up. But I wonder what they're going to do here. Do they go for it on 4th down and go for the 6? Or, they're going to kick the field goal. Nope. I beg your pardon. Never mind. Yes. Oh, they are kicking the field goal. Excuse me. So it's going to be a 33-yard attempt by Bryce Hinsdale. And I like this decision. Get the points on the board. Onside kick. Cut the deficit to 6. But you'll need to get the ball back and score a touchdown. So I do like that they're going for the 3 to try and get some points on the board.
Which you need to do regardless. You're going to have to kick a field goal. If you come up empty-handed here, the game is over. But if you can get points, make it a one-possession game, and I know it's not the result they wanted, but sometimes even in this situation, what teams will do, depending on the leg of their kicker, they'll try and get the field goal first because you have to get it regardless, and then you're still able to keep a couple minutes on the clock if you recover the onside kick, because sometimes if you're worried about the touchdown too much, you burn all that clock, you barely leave yourself any time to recover the onside kick and then hopefully put one through the uprights.
Yeah, from the spot of the ball, looks like it's going to be a 24-yard field goal.
A 24-yard field goal attempt.
Hinsdale's got more than enough leg to put this through the uprights.
And it's toward the right hash. Hinsdale is a lefty, so this should be a fluid motion. He puts this one up, and to me it looks like it's good. And it is! So the WolfPack are finally on the board. 9-3, under 2:30 to play, and we have ourselves a one-possession game here.
So first things first, Hinsdale gets CSP on the board, so there's going to be no shutout tonight. And they're going to need the onside kick it here. They have no choice. They have one timeout left. And Portville, they don't have any remaining, and they got to make this a 3-and-out if they don't recover. And should they get the ball back, they'll have to score a touchdown. And the last couple of drives, the WolfPack have come alive, and they're looking like how they usually are during the regular season and the playoffs.
And I'm not sure how often the WolfPack special teams has practiced this onside kick. And it looks like it's going to be number 52 kicking off, Tate Newman for CSP. He's the man that put the tee down.
He might be the onside kick specialist.
You got your offensive and defensive linemen with probably one of the biggest kickoffs here of his career. And it's far easier said than done, but you just hope for a couple worm burners. It takes a few rolls, and then you finally get that hop to send it over the first line. But Newman's going to send this away. It's a worm burner, and it's botched initially by Portville, but I think they were able to get on top of it.
Yes, they did.
So Panthers sideline holding their breath there as the Wolfpack do have one timeout, and if they can somehow force a 3-and-out here, they may be able to get this ball back. It's going to be under a minute, and they'll have time for maybe a couple pass plays. But right now, it's up to their defense to get a stop or potentially even a turnover.
Yeah, they can force a 3-and-out, and they'll definitely use that timeout on one of these plays. I would say they'll get roughly about 45, 50 seconds.
First and 10, Portville from their own 47-yard line.
So Portville 1 first down away from getting to 4-1 on the year and 3-1 in Class D. Trying to bounce back from that loss to Franklinville-Ellicottville and get revenge for last year's feat in the hands of the Wolfpack, as it's going to be Holcomb up the middle, and he picks up a very nice gain on first down. Harper's going to spend his final timeout, so the Wolfpack can no longer stop the clock here. It is up to the defense to try and hold the Panthers, who, if they get about 5 or 6 yards in these next two plays, this one is on ice.
Yeah, it looked like it was ruled a gain of 5 yards by Holcomb, so with that run, they are in CSP territory. It'll be 2nd and 5 once the timeout concludes, and they do need to force that 3-and-out. However, if you're Portville, I just keep it simple. 2 straight handoffs to Kime. Even if it means just a 4th down, you pump the ball and boot them back.
I think that's the most, I think you're right, Norm. I think that's the most secure thing you can do because, and I know it's a very routine handoff. If you give it to your tailback, you risk pressure from the defensive line. You risk a missed handoff. If you just give it to the fullback, that is a simple get the snap, hand it right there in the gut. He's right there waiting for it. You really limit the margin for error. So while we got some time now, we will preview the upcoming schedules for both teams. CSP, after today, they will travel to Frewsburg Friday, October 7th for their final away game of the year. Then the next 2 weeks, they are home both Saturdays against Franklinville-Ellicottville for their final Class D matchup, and then a non-league game, like you said, against St. Mary's. And we'll cover Portville's remaining schedule after this series of downs here. So Langdon under center, and they're going to give it to Holcomb on the carry. He is very close to the first down marker.
I do believe, they're ruling he's a yard short, and before the next play, according to Portville, up next they will be hosting Cattaraugus Little Valley, and it's going to be a Class D game, Friday night, 7 o'clock, and Little Valley, they're a team looking for their first win of the season. They've only scored 6 points from what I've seen all year.
Then they travel to Gowanda Pine Valley before setting up a showdown where they host Randolph on Friday, October 21st. And this makes it now 4 teams that are sort of in the mix. You have Randolph at the top. Now Portville's going to be in second place depending on what happens here on 3rd down. We can't count out the Wolfpack. Still time left in this game. We got to see what happens here on 3rd down, and they need pressure up front. They're going to sneak it, and there's a false start.
Wow.
So that's going to set the Panthers back 5 yards. Little too antsy there from the offensive line.
So that's a big break for the Wolfpack on, it's going to go from 3rd and a yard It's a 3rd and 6. And you're obviously not going to run a sneak. I'd say just keep it simple, hand it off to Kime. If it means 4th down, so be it, because the clock will continue running. And then with Randolph's leg, you can pin CSP back deep. And again, to avoid any confusion, just like the last game where Portville was playing Frewsburg, I was on call for, Randolph is the name of the kicker, Brian Randolph. We had a bit of a snafu with that. One of our coworkers thought I was saying the school, but I was actually saying the guy's name.
So the Wolfpack gets the break of the game here. False start Portville. Going to back it up to 3rd and 6 instead of 3rd and inches. Now you have some life, but you also have to be ready for the run and pass. Can't fall asleep on the back end, but need good pressure from your 7 guys in the box.
I'd say play it wise, give it to Kime.
And they're going to give it to Holcomb up the gut, and he's got the first down right up through the teeth of that Wolfpack defense. And the Panthers sideline can finally celebrate this one as Holcomb with a huge first down, under a minute to go. Wolfpack no timeouts, and they are a couple kneel downs away from moving up to 4-1. So the Wolfpack are going to fall to 3-2 overall on the year, 3-2 overall and in Class D.
Yeah, and right here for Portville, they can just kneel the football. There's nothing CSP can do unless there is a miracle in Panama, New York, a la Miracle of the Meadowlands style, but I do not think that's going to happen.
But the Wolfpack can certainly win out. They travel to Frewsburg. The big one remaining on their schedule is where they play Franklinville, Ellicottville home. That's going to be the biggest one. And for Portville, obviously, they can't get too far ahead of themselves. They have some winnable games coming up against Cat Little Valley and Gowanus Pine Valley before setting up a fantastic matchup against Randolph to close things out. So a barn burner we thought, and a barn burner we got. 9-3, the final score as the last few seconds trickled down. What a defensive battle it was. You know, we do so many shootouts here for Western New York Athletics, but it's good to know that some coaches still take pride in their defense and not allowing offenses to just have their way. So that'll do it for us, folks. 9-3 final score. Panthers over the CSP Wolfpack. Great away win for Portville to move up in the rankings of Class D. Norm, do you have any final comments, remarks, anything you want to say?
All I know is Portville, they did an awesome job adapting because they're known to enjoy running the football. However, with Brian Randolph, with Drew Langdon under center instead of Petruziak, they're able to get the passing game going, and he got it done. The completion to Kime, which set up his touchdown run, that was one of the big difference makers of this game. So hats off to them for adapting their offensive schematics. And if you're CSP, the season is still fairly young. No need to panic. You can still win out the season.
Absolutely, you can. So that's going to do it for us, folks. I am Colin Wood alongside Norm Rodriguez, Jeremy Becker, and the rest of our fantastic Western New York Athletics crew saying so long, and we will see you next week right here.